I'll mention people already involved in the Mopani saga. That's what I said in my video. I said there are people that are involved in this saga. But moreover, when I said that, because I did not mention names. So first and foremost, I want to put certain things very clear. There's one thing that I want us to agree. Number one, I'm Frank Zimba, who's a well-known patriotic Zambian, supporting the core of the president. If you feel I'm supporting Ametonse, I'm sure no. I'm stone chupiendero shakarekebo UPND. I won't say that because now that I'm shani kofia kutonse tafiko tenchitona inefia tonse. I'm one of the people that want the president to be there. And my interest is to see Uktira P1 is seated Munichidechifulo. But President a capital yeso. I want to make it very clear. But President Againde Ichilema is our capital as a political party. If the president loses that seat, one of the things that we should know is even these people, abalela and tapale nema platform, abambilo kuntuka UPND, tapali uke kalapomo, even that joy you are trying to enjoy, you never sit there. So sometimes we better tell abantu chinka. Let's speak the truth. There's nothing that we are beating about the bush. As far as it stands, Copper Belt is in a mess. So tetfuile tuamba no kupita mumbali tukone shedi. No, it's chinka chakwa. There are things that are not working for us on the Copper Belt. Copper Belt needs to be revamped. That's the truth. Let's lift Copper Belt. Let's put it where it's supposed to be. I had made mention very, very clear that in an afiaduna mkitwe, munkana mine hospital, inomba mule itatsinozam, that is my birthplace. Ekona afiadidwa. So I know when money is in circulation in mkitu, in Deshiba. Ngatamuli mpia mkitu, I know. Go around, ask business circles. People know when there's money or there's no money. People know that. So now, the truth of the matter is, there is no money in circulation on the Copper Belt, as simple as it is. And I raised a concern to say, na tuleta an investor, mumopani. We have brought back investor KCM. Kulitu mimbura mine, kwabana ka Lubambe mine in Chidabombo. But why are we not seeing the trickle down effect yandalama? Because we invest nobody. Why are we not seeing the trickle-down effect of money going to grassroots? Now, this is where my greatest worry comes in. If these Zambians are crying every day that Tafiri we know, and we are trying to ignore it, this is the actual result. We are going to lose our seats. We can even lose the presidency. Twarichurira UPND. Some of us have even put our heads on the chopping board. We defend the president. Wow, even those that are calling me names, they are just there, my blogs, my WhatsApp blogs. And yet today, because I've spoken against the truth, they want to call me names. That will not work. That form of intimidation, I want to be very clear. No matter how much you're trying to intimidate me, I'm 100% UPND. And I'll speak things as they should be. Without fear, without favor. Tetintini omuntu. Ngala liamo kuli babene abantu bale mutuma. That's none of my business. But I will speak how things should be. And I will speak the way things are happening rightly. As far as it is now, Copper Belt is in a problem. Whether to let Talika go, come on the Copper Belt, do a due diligence. Just pretend maybe you are buying. Now for say you are buying musalu. There's this on the table. Abe na mama ketia they will respond to you. It's sad sometimes you're coming from a community where some of us are well known, and people keep on saying, "Can't do the praise singer." Ero nomba don't sing about monaro romba say, but imwe teimwe mwabalandefi nomba munenefe tulechula ine interest yandi yakumona kateka achita secure ichifulo chako chabu president. And when I see the president is losing popularity, chifulo chene sakamika as a member of the UPND, I should get worried. Inenga namuna bakateka bale lose popularity, chifulo chene sakamika as a member of the UPND. It should worry me so much. I should not get to a level where I've become comfortable. In apa kurumba tufure tu alumba. When the president scores, he has done something. Tukala lumba. That's why Bamba between Ganamation abo pressing. Yet just 2 days ago, the president had employed. But teacher na bengira. Nishisha umfuire bunu watu wa teacher na bengira. When he has done the right thing. As UPND, one of their core values, UPND has got pillars early 5. Among those pillars is to create employment. So creating employment is what they are doing. They are employing civil service. I'm okay with that. Because now UPND is scoring according to their core value. Secondly, if they create an enabling environment, what business is done nicely, freely, without interference, then I know a lot of employment will be created, and that will be okay. That for me is a very welcome move. So that yet some people have insulted us. They've called us names, useful idiots. Tell me. They've called us all sorts of names. Why? Because we support such a cause. And we support such a man with a visionary heart and a mind. But today, when I don't agree with what is happening in Kumopani, it doesn't make me a UPN, a PF or a Tonse or whatever, who can know. It means I just don't agree with the happenings in Mopani. And the sad part is, when we don't agree on certain things, we are not supposed to be given our names because we are not agreeing with what is happening. No. I have grown up in these mines. I know what these mines can do. Inena kulile turafola na kuponi. Tule for obunga 50 kg. How many of you have seen obunga wa 50 kg? Pale abambia bashaike. If we tuale for 50 kg, ku follow amabunga miko ibiri 50 kg per 15. Na pa on to afola. But today na 50 kg, even when you go my shops, yali luba. 50 kg ya bunga tamwaba. Why? Because times have grown apart. So there are things that we have benefited. Tuale mwanafyo mine yale running under ZCCM. My father was a miner. Tule mwana motoka ya isi ya maintenance ya isa. Iyo motoka ya maintenance yale kwata nama fionsi fya kwati. Tatua ishibe fya kwati. Nga yapya bao bu tuwa kuwamia tulima screws. Bale itaka ku maintenance mine, they would come. Eba isa nomba bami wamisha baya. When the mines were privatized, it changed the narrative. Bit by bit things are changing. But even then, it had no problem. So now, when you look at these things, as I'm talking to you, when you look at these things, I know where we're coming from with a mine, yes. So munte tesa anje bekuno lelo because namona mine tailibu nwesa anje but now I'm a tonse. Oh, this one is a uka, this one is a shan naba number wa PF. No, I'm speaking reality. If what the mines are doing now tafikele well on the ground pamantuaba, ama grassroots, it's likely that we are losing popularity every day. And these PF and these guys, I mean, PF, they are campaigning the president. When they get contracts, the common man, Munomunkopa belt, I'll give particularly in Kitwe, is not enjoying that benefit. You think that common man will vote for UPND? Wow, they are seeing some officials in the UPND having contracts. Bamona official wa UPND na bapitoko ngabaya kulya kumaini bale ya kulya bale bebo ko bati no This is not possible. This is not possible. Ipusheni wakampanda. And you think these common men, they will vote for us as UPND with that mentality? So I'll tell you openly, there are things that I do not agree with. Whether Tabafulwe is none of my business. We need to do certain things right. The way Copper Belt is moving at this pace, believe me, if we do not change the narrative by June this year, ngatuamba period after June, ikesa leta ma problem. Abantu bakala tuli mu campaign period. Abantu kutimwafumisha mpia, mukachitenshi bakala afya. No kuvotera abantu bambi. Let me give you a case scenario in Petauke. Kwali by election ya kwa under JJ. So because of that, we had so much money being pumped in Petauke. But UPND, didn't we lose the seat in Petauke? We lost. Why did we lose the seat in Petauke? Wow, we spend a lot of money. The truth of the matter is we did not do a due diligence. Exactly what is happening now. I typically mentioned to say, I'm not in love or I don't like what is happening there. According to my investigations, Mopani is doing things wrongly. And I typically mention certain things. There are contracts, they're more like underground contracts. I am running from a long time, I am running for say, by a contractor, by the Ponang our contractor, Bakala Bombench to Shap Sana. And that in its own aspect, let pela at least by contractor, limbiwa nikishako 100, abantu bala pama in 15. Limbiwa nikishako 50, limbiwa nikishako just like that. But your contract, wapere company mo, ba Mopani. Iya mu Indian. Yo mu Indian wapere. It's worth $270 something million. I think it is $278 million. So when you look at that, aspect alone, it tells you margins. Uda contractor ukwete abantu 100 ba ababonfi. If that contractor is how can I put it? Tabam tatumpera reason to aptura feda contract to mpoka. Ero contractor ya ikara nomba ikala. Ala chita baraba bonfia sendere, ala barekela komane, go. I cannot afford now to keep you because things are not moving well with him. So when that contractor does that, one of the things that you would look at, number one is barabantu bala ya mumishi. Abena wale folotuma 2000, utuma 15, bala ya mkuikala mushabantu. Bala ya mkuikala mushi. Domba nga baikala mushi. Bakala eba tukumupanda kwa vefia bako. Udu onso shata ubuteko tapari feblechita. Ni shata kaidi ninchito bali tutamfia. Udako ba boss bali watamfi bali waputula contract. That will be the message. So now when that message comes down to trickle down, it will carry a negative impact. Number iya kulachira kutila. This government is not doing its best. So when you look at all those things, those are critical things we are talking about. Now the funny part is this. Sorry, there are too many people trying to call, too many people trying to come through. So let's keep the conversation running. So now, iya message nga tuachitale off abantu palipo babikire contractor uli umo. Ero tuafumia po ba contractor abali 10. Tuabika po contractor umo. Oshari ko site visit. Tawa umako nefia bidding tapa mwa inda maseko zari yonse. Bamuita fie because they are fellow Indians. Ero nomba bamuita. Our own Zambians baya kumaya ndamukutusha. What message is it sending pa grassroots? Nangu pa ground. Things are bad. We should be mindful. Those Indians, they are giving contracts to mine. Tawa vota Zambia. Those are not voters. They do not even vote. But those Zambians that are in Kwacha East, those Zambians that in Usakiri, ama Zambians abadi ku Kwachipurukusu, Kundola, ama Zambians abadi ku Kasompe Kuchingola, ama Zambians abadi ku Kameza, ama Zambians abadi ku Riverside, ama Zambians abadi ku Kalurushi. Those are voters. Emma voters, that is where I draw my strength. If those people do not see the result, the actual result of what we have brought as investors, those people will rise against government. Let's not lie to ourselves. But abantu bakatuiminanga government. Ero nomba chikesa abawesi tukalamba noko bati no fyala ndire chali chakuti twale wishapati pale abale wishapati hapa. Turefu atumie bechinga. You will not convince me that Mopani is doing well when we have seen what is going on. There's too much wrongs. It's time. Our leaders, what they were supposed to do is to come on board and ask Frank Inge information. That is what they were supposed to do. Not sending Balabaiche to threaten me at they will now learn to Gurushi. Shall you now refuse in Tungurushi? They will never share about she did the MP Sheka. Ishoshin in Tungurush, Mureva to Rumuni Shamu in Tungurush. I'm not even involved. It's themselves. That's none of my business. If they needed Ngabare for quite if they will not about it, right. The P1 has given them authority. He has given them appointments so that they may run them diligently, serve the president nicely and well. What is more painful? If we to Rumban Mado, they don't chakaleko Rumban Mado, HH. Shakaleke. Because I understand that man is a man who has a vision. Take business yandio, because I know the man that we have put in State House, and my intentions are clear. But what I do not support is people that are bringing down by president. Ichochena I will not agree with. But president buying Shabaleta investor, we made sure the investor comes in. Someone ambekula mama on go ninji kala. No matter how much if you take in sumine, I can't. So now, this is the level to figure it out. Mopani as currently is not doing well. So now, let me spill some beans. So I want you to understand where this is coming from. Somehow, we love the president. That's why I always defend the president. Not MP, no PS, no Shan. I always defend the president. Because that is our capital as UPND. The moment that man leaves office, Tapari won't have any appointee that will enjoy the benefit of being in power. So at all costs, we need to protect the president's ideology, the president's mind, and what he wants to do. He's a good man. He's doing things straightforward. But manje, the people that are around him. Me, I do a simple thing. I made a video. Nalanda vyokutira no. Here Mopanta ile bomba wenu. This is wrong. This is wrong. I did not mention names. I did not go there to say everybody guilty. I said I'll mention names today on a Sunday. But from nowhere, now Mona, let me just show you something. I want you to look at that. The name there. Somebody brings this picture. Your picture, tuaposhanya fiyeko tuaposhanya binuo, when we had some wrangles here and there, tualed donsana binuo, and somebody brought peace in between us. But no, you cannot be fighting in this at this type of loggerhead. So tuaposhanya. Somebody uyu lembele nika chinga. So this guy ulembele finika chinga. Kachinga is Chinula. Now, I'm talking about Mopani. Kachinga temu inewa Mopani is not an investor in the Mopani. Kachinga temu inewa wako Mopani yo. Is if we to learn the party welfare abantu ba Mopani. abekala chalo bamukitwe, abekala chalo bamufurira, abekala chalo bamu kalurushi, abaku chingola, so that things work for us better. So now I'm just talking about Mopani. Umuntu ushiri investor tabika pona coin pali Mopani ambo kusaba era ambo kulantukano kunje batawe abaka ba join na batonse kubena binwa nombo yuka chinga therefore I'm rolling shape a picture so that I think you understand what is there. So uyuka chinga niba chola boy baba kabuswe. I did not say bakabuswe in my last video bakabuswe bachitefi no, but ama inchimen babo bafulwa kwa tebe ne bamopani umuntu ushabika pona coin pa mopani afulwa ichibe mbachitira imbira ya mushi tabaya sukira techu muntu asa sasa punde yo endo shiwewe twala kubwerera olwasa punde nebolebe fyo tabakurumbwire shina baye bafati ndoshi. So now, when you look at this, abantu tumachola boy to abakabusoto kalaka chale mbatika ilimi ame tonse because naranda mopanta irenda bwino mopante yakwete yaba wishi bachelo wale bachi ametonse na basha ntonse because nalanda pale Mopani is not working well. Nomba naluka muntu watonse for what? So now if you look at this ine shabalumbwira tibakabuso, I even said in my video I made mention very well, I don't know if the minister of mine is well aware busheba minister na beshibe file chitika. That is my question. Because abantu bayishiri okubale onaula copper belt. But ama inchimeni babo abesure fibi bachola boy kashinga ni bandaka boy ngani bachola boy bala fulwa bandaka boy kashinga ni bandaka boy ngani bashana mubeta mwebe bafulwa bala ndembelo kwa chame tonse. Things are not aligning well. Why? Because they don't want to be told the truth. Ine shalumbwere bakabuswe barimo. But from nowhere somebody begins to atibakabuswe ama intimate babakabuswe ambo kulalanda ababa ichebale landa because bali kwata bali wapera ko tuma contract here and there. There are people that have been benefiting from those things, and moreover because majola boy babakabuswe so wale cha benefit, that's why they are coming on board trying to accuse me of a lot of things. So imbira ya mushita bayasukira ine nshalumbwira bakabuswe mwebe na muambo ko isebanya. If you had wisdom ngamwalibu ula ponangu mwasa ati mwabura polimbi abantu bambiero mwasa baleta parade them differently, unlike mumwebe kana bakabuswe muambo ko lata defend dash na mufurwa no kufurwa. For what? Why are you threatening me? Why are you calling me names? So number one, I'll be very open with you. Bakabuswe is a problem. Chirepitana mumbali. If the mines minister knows what he's doing, I am a problem. If the mines minister is well aware of what is happening, if all these things, but mines minister Bakabuswe is one of the people aba Eshiba because by Karapam God. He knows and understands what happens on the copper belt. But he's not helping. These suppliers wanted to demonstrate last year, that was September, August. The suppliers, contractors, bari fulwa, bari folks demonstrate. Kwa review kubetira ba police, kumaka kwa bashinguluke bachingire so that they don't go kumopani. They don't demonstrate near Mopani. Why? Because they wanted to do what we call image building. Chimone kwatimbi, it is okay. Things are okay. Kumopani fintfile bombe kafye bwino. So number, if the investor na so anyu na bikamo minda nama mugodi, why should there be a protest? Umugodi ule bomba fe bwino pabe ama protest. Honestly. things that are running well. Kubiyama protests. As we speak now, there's a petition being signed by another group. It's called Mopani petition here. This is a recent petitioning. They've put names and reasons why they want these guys to be done away with, because bale onaula umgodi baleta na maloko zinchito. So that's why they were saying these people, with or without fail, they should be done away with. People have petitioned. That's a petition. People are saying, let's do away with these people. So now, this is where you find problems. People are petitioning because ama problem, mulia mafia. People would have not gone to petition if things were okay in Mopani, no. But wale bapo kenchito, Mopani na yamba no kwata parallel lines. Na bakwata management yesu kuna management ya bene abamwenya baisa. Kule ama management lines yanga yabiri. Uyu management wesu kuri fo bachifita takwete amaka. Nangu ayamudia tulefu wa order techa kupena na order aletina kama wale let's approve. Now let's look at it from this angle. Iyo ine order bale kanyo kupera balefu unless udia umbi abeko musungu asumine eo bala pera. Epo wale uminana manipulations no kula kanza abamwe bapera order abatanene abamwe chitefi mu bapera. So now way back to Akwete, 20% share holding in Mopani at the time Glencoe was there. The suppliers are saying even Glencoe was better. Better kanishinga to Akwete ba Glencoe bako na wino. When we had 20% share holding, suppliers did not have a problem. Contractors did not have a problem. Now that we had 49% of shares, that's why today we are equity partners na Glencoe and IRH. We are equity partners. Number equity partners we are only sharing between 51% and 49%. Number percentage abantu stioro number yabana wesi. Abantu baliko kumfa bwino. Abantu bambo kulila. And people want to sit on that information and they are very comfortable. I live on the copper belt. What happens on the copper belt is my life. If these people are suffering here, they are crying, we are going to lose out. And that's why I cannot even say it better. Most of these MPs lose some seats. Most of our UPND MPs, they are losing seats. President will go through, but the seats, MPs, well, we have a challenge. How many are going back to the grassroots? How many are going there, Kuma ground and Kuma constituencies? How many are satisfying people within their constituencies? Things are okay. Things are working for the people in the constituencies. We should be mindful. 2026 is just around the corner. The clock is ticking. Time is not with us. Anything is liable to happen anytime. So, I'll be very honest with you. Bakabuso is a problem. And I think it needs to be dealt with. If we leave certain people in these institutions, which critical institutions like Ifturelanda, and nothing changes, we are losing popularity background. I've had no hard feelings. This, we all have the part. Was it to the UPND? But certain people, they are not doing us any good. Let's accept the reality. Let's accept that. Kwa riba tuma contract tumuba pera abe na mainchime na ba mimburu shabo yambia ba kuma Mopani mufurira senda sirika imu contract na company or non company. So I've seen a lot of things. I know ndenda fifi background na yakula kuna nasange limona bene abantu wa mu system kati muna ole bana tulefu akwenchito mu pan tulefu bale kwa no kuno kulifi we hear a lot of things. Now some people say no nishta why did direct wa beba bakabuswe. These are things that are destroying the party. UPND nangoma political party ayingikuwa is because of you in a protocol na Iraq tufa. Wakabuso is a person I talk to, I call even on the phone. But is a man who do not want even to pick ngata before kwa suka phone tabasuke. For 2 solid months, this story ndebe bishafio wakabuso. It doesn't even pick up. Now when he saw the video as Sapamwera, that's when he calls me. Yena time badi kwa te akuntu mina wakabuso. So these are things that are drawing each other to worship Panama as a UPND party. So number, my question again comes in. If the mine na ikwatama problems, ba supplier, ba shan, ba contractor, ba ifano kuchapo protest, what have they been doing as a mines minister? What has as Honorable Wakabso been doing? What has he been doing? Let's be real. He's a mines minister. He has been given that mandate. What has he been doing? So he's not helping, not even a little bit. So these are people, if they're not helping, why keep them? I'll say things the way they should be. For me, Bakausono is a letdown. He's a brother. I love him, but he has disappointed us. He has disappointed us. People of the Copper Belt, he has disappointed us. But President, my appeal again comes. We love you, we'll keep on supporting you. But what is happening here on the Copper Belt is not okay, specifically in the mines. Tulenda mu bantu chimochera tukalipa bantu bale kusonte mino because I'm a press singer. For how long are we going to be defending wrongs? If into na filu bana to defend afetura ikalafie. If he's got ears, I would have said Bakabuso, let's sit here. No, but he's not a person that you want to talk to. He's avoiding cause. He doesn't pick up cause. He's been avoiding. When these issues started rising, one of the people that I called, I will even show you, I've got all the evidence. I called Jito. There are issues here at Mopani, ABCD. So since you are an economic advisor to the boss, you know what is happening. We have gone through these channels. This is what is happening. What do they do? Do they respond? No. Somebody answers me to say, I don't care anymore. Whatever they are doing, if it's okay, I don't care. Now, let's look at it from this angle. I tell Jito, you're my brother. I wouldn't love things go that way. Certain things will dent your image. I don't lie to him. So I've got a chat. Where I openly said to him, these are the words that I said to him. I'm even reading in the chat. I said to him, literally, I said, I personally feel it would be very important if we spare even 5 minutes that we discuss the happening in the background. Now, we at State House. I was that time in Napa office. So then he tells me, Okay, give me a few minutes, I'll be there. And he tells me, is this a meeting at what's the meeting agenda, Mopani? I said, yes, Mopani. And he says, literally, does this have to be a physical meeting? There's high priority national issues I have to focus on. That is consuming my schedule. Let's have a WhatsApp call. So now, this really needs your time. Because this is the things, for me, these are things that are denting our image. I've gone as that far to talk to them. Ask Benajito, ask Jito if I've not gone to him and asked him to say there are issues here and there. Please intervene. I've gone as far as that. But if our leaders do not listen, what do? People here are crying. Things are not okay. I called the provincial minister, Bayerisha Matambo. I openly said this to him. There are Indians there that are doing ABCD things. Are you aware of these things? No, I'm not aware. But I've been listening. These people in the Shanaranda Nabena, they are not giving business to our people. These people have tried Nariranda Nabena, but it's like what was stubborn tabon for. So I've gone through channel structure. And yet, even after going through those channels, nothing of no avail, no progress, no what. But meantime, I want to swallow. Time is ticking. Karera kakoloko. Kareya. What I've done today, barabari mu structure bengi barafiro kulanda for fear of being expelled nangokukutamfya. If it were warmer because I don't follow any of their structure. That's why they feel I can do that. But for these other people in the structures, they can't. For simple reasons. Why? Because this is what most people do not want to hear. Structures, but to expel. Tureta expel abantu umuntu alande chinkamiba munena apa kutwachitako hivi apa kutwachitako apa kutwachita hivi. Yet when people do that, those people in structures balambo kumutinya uli umuntu intimidate that individual. But our core, our fight is to make sure the president secures his seat. So who's destroying the party? Between us who are securing to protect our president, we even build his image to alanda kwechi to achita kwechi, na abantu akwati bale chita ifintu fure fyabombe kabale nyanta abantu. This freedom, we have the right in the party to have freedom of speech. So not what just because I come out openly, abantu betawe bakangoma bakatishani for what? So, already, this should be a wake-up call. Our cry is that the president gains. People have got hope in the president. Let that hope they have continue in the man. But for that hope to continue, something has to be done. As it is now, Pakopa Belti, Findu Firimu, no. But President, this is Copper Belt. Again, bring your intelligence. Muilai push abantu about structure. Go near, just go. People, kwa supplier, kwa shan. There are a lot of people. Come here. Do whatever is needful. Go there. Mukare poka information in you. That is the best. as far as it stands, Mopani is in problems. Suppliers are not being paid. I'm a local suppliers. Bakubika pokola mitamfyo kumpokenchito. Moreover, no milipira tabale milipira ngabakupera koka order. It can take 8 months. Now let me give you the reality nutshell. Muno abantu baikala te ba supplier bakwati big suppliers. Fiato amona tiba Epiro balaba Atlas Copco, Sunvic, Shana, te type you. Our own suppliers are small suppliers. Ngamompere nchito ya 500,000. Ala ya poka ka loan somewhere. Nganiku banking, nganiku isoko alaba flexible. Achite service ile nchito. But in the nutshell, na ishuko wati Mopani or this mine will pay me within 45 days. Yoro nomba. Ili alone ya pokere, ngataba mli pay 45 days, ile chita, ile kula. Balundilako. So the more ile kula ile alone, ulia supplier ngabi ikishepo ngandanga ni motoka nganishi, insha ile lose value. If they do not pay on time, insuredi chichepe chako ulia supplier chatashane cha lose value. So when we talk about these things, it's not because no, turefu afyokulandalanda no, na fichilamo. Ilionse tuenda ngaturea ma offices, turebe, but this is wrong. They would have addressed that problem in Mopani. They would have addressed that problem in Mopani. Now, it is just a small unit in Alumbola for Mopani. KCM Chimochine. Kana tukwata migo, not kwata KCM, not kwata Mopani, not kwata Mimbola mine. Tuakwata na Rubambe. 4 mines on the copper belt. Napata turaiswila kona shaft 28 wale it's the watering. It's at almost 60% level. But these mines aya yale reta ko something on the copper belt. What is the translation of what these guys have come to do as investors? The translation, if we have a background, people should begin seeing those fruits. Fiambo kula chitikafile bombeka. If there are contracts, don't get ama contracts yaba chifita mule reta abantu abashivota ama Indians. The Indians aba we shake CM. Ero ya dife papa piki ambo kwa KCM are the same Indians also running Mopani. So these petitions are valid petition fiala bubuka na kabiri. Ture mona bantu ambo kula pitano kushunguruka ukula mama protest. No. Kula beti afeba police atbale sheni. Awe. It's high time you address those people in Mopani, the investors. Sit with them. Tell them. Openly to say they are doing things wrongly there. Sit with them. Tell them. If they don't do these conditions, better. If they don't want, let them go. That's not the problem. Unlike us, no, Mopani. No, it's not right. So this is the exact truth. Mopani currently is in problems. Mopani currently is not in the right form. That's the honest truth. But moreover, abantu bashire twafwa. Niababe never minds minister bakabuswe is not helping. But minds minister bakabuswe is not helping. The truth of the matter is, I don't know if he's involved somewhere, but he's not helping. So I promised you I'll give you names. For today, I've just given you a leverage of what is happening. I've had prior communication with the people in the structures of the UPND. I've had meetings with I've been calling Bakavswe, trying to talk to him, give him a hint. I've called Wamatambo. I've even gone up to as far as Jito. So, all these issues border, all these issues border at one center, who's the Minister of Mines. So for today, that's it. We'll give you another update. But I've done all that channel. Whoever is refusing, tell them. Ngafyabu fifyo. Ngachakwa tisha ikalapo na bena. Ngachakwa tisha ikalapo na bena. Giving them information to say this is what is happening. I've done that. I've done that. I've gone because when I go, Kuliwa provincial minister is the owner of the province. It sits to administer the province. When I go to Jito, it's because I know Jito is an economic advisor to the president. In one way or the other, I understand these guys very well. So that's why when I go to him, I'll go to him and tell him openly, these are things that are happening in God. Can you help the people? So it's up to him either to react or give the information, could it P1, or if it's not P1, I don't know how he's going to do it. But so long as information has been delivered and given, that's as swift as I can do. The reason why I even called Bakabuso several times is because I wanted Bakabuso to know of what is happening. He has been avoiding the calls, not until I made a video. That's when he called me. But I'm just very, very clear. If any of these have got any other issue, they would have addressed me and called me nicely to Aikala and tell me, no, where this is this. Okay, to Alach definitely. Let's resolve these matters in this manner. Not we are sending boys. I want to come and threaten me. That will not work. That will not work. As far as it is, that's the way things are. Background is tapari bueno. Once to ready our boss. If we want to timaya bapari by church, eba capital veso. If that man is not in power, we are all out. Thank you so much. We'll give you more updates. You take care.